are you a real villain?
Well, technically, nah.
Have you ever caught a good guy like a real superhero?
Nah.
Have you ever tried a disguise?
Nah.
All right. I can see that I will have to teach you how to be villains.
Fuck off. No, I didn't. I just thought it was really had a sexy butt.
Dex.
Right. Anyway, come on, right. This is episode 5
Yes.
of the Pokemon Olympia League podcast, where we do nothing but talk super serious about Pokemon business.
Yeah.
That's true.
And onto that, we're starting off with why Z moves are shit.
Yes. Should we introduce everyone that's here?
Yes, and then we'll talk about Z moves.
We've got
So-
yourself, Robert.
Yeah.
I'll just introduce you.
Yes!
I'll
Please
introduce
do,
myself. This is Ewan here. I'm not going to introduce Craig because I don't like him. CJ is also here,
He's
like
over
a
there
big
now.
angry bear. And Josh is here wearing a t-shirt about an excess amount of pilots for one plane. 21 pilots. 21 planes maybe, but on one plane that's excessive, unless it's a convention of pilots.
We've had a whole discussion about the amount of pilots required
Yeah,
for
we did.
planes. The ratio is definitely off when it comes to Josh and pilots and
No,
planes.
just the ratio in general for anything. You little piff.
Okay. So Z moves are terrible. Alright guys, why are Z moves shit? Because I know why I don't like them. But what about you guys?
Sometimes it doesn't kill things in one go, and I thought it killed things in one go.
That's what I thought would be, as the only benefit I can see by
Craig,
the...
you told me. Why?
No, Josh, continue.
Right, Craig, you told me about how you could put. Is it true you could put like the water Z-move thing on any water type?
Yeah, as long as it's got the move, you can put the Z. Because there's
So, like,
there's
we
two
could have a
different
way-
kinds of Z stones. There's like move ones,
And there's, like-
then there's Pokemon ones.
Yeah, I thought that.
And the Pokemon ones need a specific move, and then other ones will just work with any old one. Like when I got Normalium Z, I just put it on Snorlax, and
Yeah,
all I did
yeah.
was just use Z move fucking Happy Hour. So I got a +1 to all my stats, and I got double the money.
Yeah.
So he just sat and just fucking Giga Impacted everything.
Still quite a good idea, though.
But when I've done it the other way and tried to use a Z move offensively, I tried to use his Pancake Press or whatever it is, Pancake Apocalypse.
Pulverizing.
Pulverizing pancake or some kind of other alliterating pun. I tried to use that and it wouldn't even like one hit KO something like fucking 5 levels below it.
So
Yeah.
we could have. There's a water one, isn't there?
Yeah.
So we could have a wishy-washy with a Z-move.
Another
out there.
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But really, as long as it's got splash, you would just use that and get a +3 to your attack.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like the stat boosting things are a lot more common on sets that I've seen. People are not actually using the moves. So it's more like there's also been some kind of a focus that I've seen where people. By the way, for people listening, I don't have the game. Just really clever, right? So it
I'm
looks.
humble.
Totally. It looks like people are thinking, right, might be able to base things around a weather team because some of the things like Rain Dance and Sunny Day boost stats, which is probably better for something that's bulky and going to stay out on the field.
Yep.
So people are thinking like Firium Z or Waterium Z, or that's the name. I think that's pretty much the pronunciation we're going for. It's not the Ferra seed business, but that it looks like stat boosting is probably more important. I think that's quite good for things that couldn't boost their stats prior to this.
Yeah.
And the Z moves themselves are probably, I think, in many ways, were supposed to be a climactic way to end a battle or a climactic way to get back into control. Pretty much just a 3D fuck you to whoever you're against.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering how important that's going to be, because now I've seen a lot of people that have been focusing on turning things that didn't have stat-upping moves, like Oranguru, for example. It can learn Sunny Day and Rain Dance.
Yep.
Imagine that in doubles when it puts up Rain Dance. It's got Waterium Z,
What
and
you'll
it'll get a boost to its speed. I think a double to its speed, which means it's
Ah.
if you invested in its speed, as far as I know, then it wouldn't be that fast. It's only about base 35 or something
Yeah.
like that. It's not very fast. Maybe a bit faster than that. But you could run it much differently than you would if you were going to do trick room doubles or something like that. And if you put base speed in it so that it'll outspeed things it wouldn't normally outspeed, then that puts you in a really good advantageous position for setting up things like using what's that move called Instruct.
Yes.
If you think about it, if you're outspeeding a lot of the lower Pokemon and you use Instruct, I don't think you could have a Geodude explode twice, but something that's
I'll find
quite
out tonight. Test it
quite
tonight.
powerful because it's got telepathy. If you had something like Wishy-Washy surf twice, Gyarados use surf twice, or something like that.
Spread is the main use I've seen for it.
Yeah, so that's probably the best, not the best thing to do with an Oranguru, but the fact is I don't have the game, so I've not actually had the time to test these out, but I have seen people use their just these ideas, and they've played the game, but also it's sets that are coming out where I think that's actually quite interesting, because now not only does All Round Guru set up rain, which boosts the power of the move that's about to be used, but it's got telepathy, it can avoid it. So there's just an example of how you couldn't do that in 6th gen. There was not really a boosting thing like that. So that's a good use of a Z move.
Z moves are definitely getting more play as a Z status move than as an attack. Or the only time I can imagine a Z attack move being useful is if you know someone's going to protect, because you'll do 25% of the damage. Like when you Z move on, like if you protect a Z move, you still take damage. You take a quarter of what you would have taken, which is the only use for it. But in that case, you may as well just use there's a normal attack that I know Sizer can learn that'll just hit through protecting stuff.
Breakneck Blitz.
No, not even a Z.
Oh, feint, yeah,
They're just feint. Like you may as well just do that and save yourself an item slot, because that's another thing. Excuse me. When you put a Z crystal on or stone, you're losing an item on that one. So it makes more sense to use something that'll buff your stats. Because if you're losing recovery, you'd rather have higher stats from it.
Well, there's one thing that I've noticed as well, is that bulky things, there's quite a lot of them in Alola as well.
A lot, yeah.
But not just that, things from other generations as well. Something that's bulky can get away with holding as a Z crystal, because if they've got recovery, and they've also got a degree of sustain at least, and they've got the stats to take several hits, they can probably get away with a stat boosting thing, as you would normally. I mean, that's just obvious. But something that I think you'd have to look at your opponent's team in the team preview and see, right, I've got the Z crystal on, a hard hitting sweeper, and you know something might be, you might need to break down the wall at some point to put yourself in a but not really a Jericho reference.
I can't help it. I just every time I hear
say for example, you know that you can take out something on your opponent's team, you're saving that Z crystal for that thing that you know could be a threat, and that's why if you've got something that's going to be like an offensive pivot or just an offensive sweeper in general, that's maybe a good thing to save it for. Now, you're not always going to be in that situation where something with a fire move is going to take out Ferrothorn, but you're probably going to do a lot of damage if you've got something that's especially powerful and you see a Ferrothorn on the opponent's team. That's what you're saving it for.
Just as you mentioned special there, on the Z move thing first, I've been hitting Showdown a lot and playing around with the Evolution Boost, the ZV move, or the EVZ move, because a +2 to everything plus Baton Pass is very tempting, because there's one turn to set up. You need to use the I can never remember the move for it. It's like Last Resort, I think it is. Yeah. But because it's a Z move, it overrides that need to be the last move. Yeah. So you can just first turn do it. So what I've been finding Luck has been doing is running Z move, EV with a really scary threat like Buzzwole. Has been the one just now, and giving people a choice, like you can either try and stop my Eevee, or you're going to have to deal with his immediate power now. So unless people, there's been two ways it's gone. Rarely will I see someone go on the offensive straight away. Everybody's doing something on their first turn to set up. There's some kind of like, they're chucking out, stealth rocks, or they're chucking up the weather. They're, stealth rocks is crazy.
Wow, did you see that?
The amount of flying types and things going around, and not
Craig
a lot of...
just got some serious stealth rock when he heard
he
about
awoke in there. Like the first time I saw that fucking women's section in that catalogue. The lingerie section, lads. Now we're talking. This was pre-internet, Josh, back when there was only one pilot. Yeah. But in that time, a further 20 have joined in.
He had a busy schedule.
But so Z move is Evo Boost is a good example of something where the risk reward is actually worth it, because running an Eevee is pretty stupid if you're not Eviolating it. So not having that means that I had to go really bulky and hope for the best, because it's still speed. Like I've seen it take a couple. I've been left with like 2 HP when I've activated that move, and it's been like shit. Okay, I'm bulky now, but if these guys like hit me the next turn, so thankfully I've had like a wide garden partner or like things like that. So what is it?
Oh no, it was just
people walking past,
and I was offended by the presence.
Yeah, they disgust me as well. But yeah, it was like it's a very 50-50 thing. But if you Baton Pass at +2, like I was testing like with Metagross and like Machop and stuff, like classic like heavy hitters, suddenly they come in and it's a very, like in 2 turns you've pretty much got your win condition. Yeah. So it can be really good, but it still depends on your composition. But if I'd went with an offensive Z move there, but I burned it once, maybe taking out one Pokemon if I'm lucky, they're still left with another 3.
Even with Eevee?
That being said, I might try and link to it, but I posted a couple battles to CJ because I was showing him the Eevee stuff, because we've been talking about an Eevee team since before the game came out, where Eevee on its own, people don't know what to do with an Eevee.
Yeah.
But because the way I run my Eevee is like last resort, baton pass, protect, and substitute. So what I would do is, if for any reason, like if I got roared out or I had to swap, basically, or the other guys get KO'd and I've only got this Eevee left, you come out and I would just always follow the same path. Protect, or sorry, go to, if I'm going to be fast, because I'm usually faster than most of the meta, it's like either protect or substitute first, then protect, and then baton pass, but there's nothing to baton pass to, and then all I've got left is last resort. But I've got adaptability, and I've got like like a ton of speed in there.
Yeah.
So I could just start hitting things with last resort, and like it's beat teams that way because people have been like, "What the fuck?
What do we do
You can't
against
hit me
the
for
Eevee?"
like 3 turns," and then by the time I get to it, they're like, "All right."
But then,
So
that's something that's made EV viable, which is really good. And I'm wondering if, right, the focus on Z moves or people finding new things to use in the metagame is kind of like when we allowed legendaries to be involved in the VGC, and everybody was really, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't, but I know why I wouldn't. But everyone was using like the primals, like the Kyogre and Groudon.
Yep.
And as soon as I would see another Kyogre on a team, I saw once another Choice Scarf Kyogre, and a Choice Scarf Kyogre used to be one of the things, one of the things that you used, and it fell completely out of place over the years, and it
primals came in and made them seem better.
yeah. So everybody was using like a Groudon that was effectively stronger than the one, not Groudon, Kyogre, effectively stronger than the one I had, but not as fast. So I could thunder it and take it off the field really quickly. And I'm wondering if this is going to bring out more strategies from the past where people are going to think, right, everyone's trying these new things. We can go to a tried and tested doubles method. Like I'll never forget Kazi's one, which was just Megazord Y.
Megazord Y and thingy,
I mean, I know that it's not.
Scarf,
Yeah, it was like Scarf Typhlosion,
That
just
was it.
eruption, and
Eruption
that
and
was good though. And as Kaz will say, he's not here, but if he was here, he would just be like, it was burst because it was.
Aye. Well, fire was really strong from the 6th gen onwards when Fairy came in.
Yeah.
Because Fairy was dominating a lot, but fire was your main sort of, because it would resist Fairy, and then you could deal neutral damage back.
It's like
So,
I'm
that
curious,
was
like about that. I know I said I just wanted to make a team full of golems that just exploded, and that would be good. But
For me, right, you mentioned that, I have actually been playing around with a galvanized golem just now on my
I think it looks
place.
amazing.
And I put a focus sash on it and just been like, oh, there's a golem, what it's going to do? It's going to explode, you little shits. So if I get away with it, I'll look at the team setup and see, can he attack? Because he's got Thunder Punch and like Thunder Punch, Wide Guard, and probably Protect, maybe. So it's like Explode, Thunder Punch, Wide Guard, and something else.
Yeah.
Stealth Rocks, I think, just in case. Like the option to be able, if I get away with the option to set up, I'm going to do it because you can force people to switch with like roar and things like that. There's a lot more focus on status boosting now. A lot of things are dancing or they're Z boosting, like some kind of boost like that. So you can roar or whirlwind are a bit more useful. And if you've got the rocks up, then you can start harassing people with that as well.
Especially,
anyway,
it means you can get that crucial KO on things too.
I haven't got to that point yet because I've either been fast, like I've been in a position where they've trick roomed and golems come in, so suddenly golems the fastest thing on the field, so start hitting everything with Thunder Punch, and then if they damage me, like if I get hit back and it takes me to Focus Sash, next turn I'm exploding. So I swap out whatever's in, bring in Marowak, who's just got the lightning thing. He gets a +1 to the special attack that I have nothing invested in yet. But
so they've changed that now, so it's definitely boosting the special attack because it used to not do that to ground types. Is it
but he's not a ground type anymore. He's Fire Ghost.
Oh wait, but he's still got the lightning rod. That's good.
Yep, that's what makes him really. You'll see a lot of Marowak when you go to play because there's a lot of electricity running around just now, particularly because very offensively it's very bug and electric. Like bug will hit a lot of things that electric won't, and because there's a lot of psychic running around, the dark stuff, and then as I say, you're getting into your staples, having a bit of fire about and things like that.
See,
but electric and bug.
There's another thing. I thought if Kanto Golem and a Alolan Golem could just explode beside each other, a Alolan Golem wouldn't be affecting Kanto Golem because it's part ground.
Yep.
And then if Kanto Golem was slower, then they could both simultaneously explode because one wouldn't be affected by it and the other one would be gone anyway, so it could just explode.
Yep.
That's the dream. But I've also thought, I don't know if the strategy would work. I don't know, like, from even what I've looked at, does Dazzling work for both members of the team?
I haven't tried it in doubles yet. It definitely protects Bruxish. I think the text says that it stops attacks hitting it. So it's not as good as Tazira's Queenly Majesty? Although that one's a bit of a pain to get, that Pokemon.
Because I thought if you had like Tapu Lele on the field,
Tapu Lele is the fairy one?
No,
they're all fairies.
It's a psychic one.
Psychic
Tapu
fairy.
Lele goes away, bring in a Sudowoodo, and have Bruxish use Aquajet, activate a weakness policy as you use.
Can it use Aquajet in that terrain? Because the terrain affects
Well, that's what
everybody.
I'm wondering, does it affect everybody?
Yeah,
Because
when I put a grassy terrain down with Tapu Bulu, everybody that's on the ground gets the regeneration from it, and they get the damage boosts as well.
Because either that or Bruxish could just use Aquajet and initiate the weakness policy boost in Sudowoodo as, it's physically defensive, that's a physical move.
Aye.
Vest everything,
It's,
well, maybe not everything.
for psychic terrain, it's grounded. That it's
Yeah,
on the
anything
ground
on the
Pokemon.
ground, aye.
Yeah.
That affects
Everything's all about being on the ground.
Yeah.
So that's not so bad, but Sudowoodo itself could use
I think, sorry.
Rock Polish,
Mm-hmm.
get fast if I invest in the speed, maybe a Jolly Sudowoodo, and then invest in the speed, invest in the attack, and if it can take that hit, I don't know if it would work, but it sounds good if it just rock slides everything.
Well, things like Rock Polish, Autonomize, these things are all seeing more use because of there's a very physical focus in the Alola decks. There are not a lot of special hitters outside of like the Ultra Beasts and like Salazzle and things like that. Like that I've seen that would be competitive. I mean, you've got Vikavolt, which I'm using just now for that monstrous 145 base stat and special.
Yeah.
So that can cause that's a wall breaker right there. But there's a lot of focus on physical stuff. So having the bulk of a lot of things that would just get in one shot by like a psychic or something before is now surviving. So it's getting that turn to drop an Autonomize or a Rock Polish. So like a Golem can be scarier now. Metagross has always been dangerous, but which reminds me, I mentioned a few podcasts ago that we thought that they'd got their resistance to Ghost and things back. Haven't.
Oh.
No. They're still the same as Gen 6.
Dicks.
But that's okay because it still resists a fuck ton anyway.
Yeah.
And you can just start bashing everything in, especially if you manage to Z-move at +2.
Yeah, well, they
Which
are.
is fun.
So, CJ, Z-moves, because Robert and I have spoken for ages, and Craig actually has the game, and he's just sitting there with his leather jacket like a little poofy greaser.
What?
I'll be quiet, Sean.
Yeah, you may as well just talk. Everybody knows it's like here. Aye, Sean's trying to mouth something to you, and
I
think
know,
something
yes,
about
he is a
Bobby's-
poofy greaser as well.
Yeah. But
Right,
yeah,
you've
so
actually got the
CJ,
game,
tell us about
so-
Z-moves.
I used them once.
Z moves are good until you have a level 23 Snorlax that can't one hit a level 16 Fletchling
Yeah.
with Breakneck Blitz.
Right.
Nah, he did bother with him. He just Z-move
Yeah.
status doesn't get. Oh, the only good one is Splash because you get +3 to your attack.
Yeah.
On a Gyarados.
I
Woo!
mean, unheard of, but then think about it, you can run everything you can in its speed, and then you don't need to really bother with Dragon Dance if you can run Splash.
Yep.
Everything else has been quite slow with Alolan things. I mean, there are faster things, but you can't really knock a Gyarados out in one unless you've got a electric move. I don't know why I went like that.
Like a
I was
Vikavolt.
thinking of Thunder Punch.
Yeah. But for everybody,
Thunder fist
for
thing.
the listeners at home who aren't watching this because they're not in the room at the time, fucking Ewan just made a fist and threatened everybody with his Thunder Punch.
Yeah.
Actually crackled a little
I
static
know.
there.
I'm trying to learn Thunder Punch. I'm
It'll be
designing my
useful.
own Z move.
We're down by the coast, so it makes sense to be able to punch everything with electricity.
Yeah, of course. All them seagulls and millennials.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of like a thing with Z moves, and it's kind of it was run a bit longer than I was hoping for, but I don't know.
That was my fault.
So I mean, you got anything else you want to talk about? Or can I get into these
I've
wonderful
just noticed,
feedback?
like, I've finally got to look at the stats. The Pokemon that gets RKS system, I don't know its name.
Silvally.
It looks interesting. Like, it's got decent stats, but it's I don't know.
I was trying to run it as an electric type last night because I'm struggling trying to put. I need an electric type on my team. I've decided.
Yeah.
I got 5 other Pokemon I've settled on, and electric type was where I was going.
Raichu.
Raichu, no, I want it, but it's more of a fast support, and I need something to do
Raichu.
damage. And Raichu in this one, it doesn't have Lightning Rod.
Kanto Raichu.
No, but the only way to get in fact you can't, because the only way to get the Kanto or the original versions of them is to breed with an Everstone, but the Raichu comes from evolving a Pikachu. So even if you get even if I breed for like a Kanto Pichu into a Pikachu, it's still just going to evolve anyway because there's no place for you not to get one. So unless you're running it with somebody putting down electric terrain to get that boost in speed, its ability isn't very good. So something with Lightning Rod or something to work with Lightning Rod was what I was thinking of. I've got Vikavolt was sitting there because of the attack damage. I put an assault vest on it and just decided to try and tank it because it's a bit like Electros. Remember that?
Electros.
Yeah. Like the eel one.
Wait, the one that we left.
Which you can actually get in the game. It's one of those stupid island scan ones.
Yeah, I've been
So it's like
looking at
outside of the
Island
thing, which also means it's valid to run in the VGC 2017,
they are.
along with like Typhlosion and shit, because all the Gen 2 starters are
Yeah.
kicking about with the island scan. and Aegislash, which is just it's just like fuck everything. Here's Aegislash. So that might be worth going to get a couple of those. Just even
this sword has an eye. Pokemon.
Aye.
That's it.
But yeah, so like electric types, RKS. So, sorry, the Sylvalia I was looking at for it, but because it's 95 in everything, it's not bad at anything, but it's not outstanding.
Yeah.
So it's really down to the nature. I ended up with
like
a timid one, so I was like running the special. But you're looking at building the same way you build anything with those kind of numbers.
I think it's more,
Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Flamethrower, and like Protect.
It's more down to Eviolite type now.
Well, aye. It's not as fast, but this is not a metagame.
I know. If you think,
like, I think he gets moves like Toxic and everything.
Rest Talk, Roar, and an attack. Especially if you were going to use it. I mean, I know we've been speaking about doubles for a bit, but in singles as well, set up your hazards, or maybe even see if you can boost something into it with a baton pass, and then just have it sit there and rest. It maybe not so much try attack, maybe return if you're running it physical, and just sit there and roar things out that you can't beat and get them to take damage, even toxic spike damage if you can't get rid of a few things.
If you get toxic spike out there, then if you're going poison, then you need to get the Toxapex on your team.
Yeah,
it works too well with poison. Like it gets an automatic crit on everything.
Yeah,
on
I think
there's going to
be more poison. Shelf would be happy. Chef would be happy. Chef will
get that. Like his grimace will change slightly to like a horrible death smile. Like when the Joker kills somebody, and like that. Like that's how he smiles.
Still have an upside down frown.
Yeah, he'll have an upside. Like he's literally will turn his head upside down.
Oh, brilliant!
Just because that's better than trying to smile. But yeah, he will be happy with it. The poison in general is pretty. I mean, there's not a huge amount of like poison types in there, but like even Toxapex on its own, it's a fantastic wall, a great ability. I mean, it even gets Regenerator, so you can just fuck about. Like
you can switch it out.
Pukamuku
looks like quite good as well. I know that it's.
Funnily enough, someone was asking about that in the Facebook groups, so they were asking about its competitiveness, but I haven't looked into it.
I think if I'm thinking about this is my favourite water type set, and it's totally stally, right? But it's always given to water types are really good walls. That's why they've got that moniker of bulky waters. But I put this on a lot of things, and I think it works. It's usually, if it can't have a recovery move, it's usually Rest and Aqua Ring I put on something. Now I know that I don't think Toxapex gets. It's already got a lot of recovery anyway, but. It would be Rest, Aqua Ring, Scald and Toxic, because if anything that you can't hit with water, you can Toxic it, and anything that you can't hit with Toxic, you can Scald it and burn it, and you can just sit there and recover until they have to swap out.
Yeah. And
I do that with the Azumarill that I've got, which everyone expects a bit of huge power off it, but it's thick fat, so I can use it defensively. It's got 100 base hit points and 80 in both of its defences, as far as I remember. So it can sit there with Aqua Ring, and it can actually sit because it resists a good few things. If someone brings in an electric type, I can take a hit. I can choose to either try and burn them or Toxic them. Usually Toxic's a better option. If it's a grass type, just get out of there. But that ends up being quite good, and it looks like is it Toxapex we've got on the screen?
No, I was just looking at the stats for
Pukamuku.
Pukamuku.
Yeah, it's also another thing that Pukamuku can't really use Scald because it doesn't have any offensive moves, but it can do what my Alola Momola does. And Alola Momola soaks things to make them water type and then toxics them, and then has the rain to set up and rest because it's got hydration as its ability. It's supposed to be a stally thing, and I put the Rocky Helmet on it just in case anything physical comes in to try and take it out. Anything special, switch out. But that, I think Pukamuku can do that even better because it doesn't have a great hit point, base hit points, but its base defences are 130 each.
Yeah,
so you can actually invest into its hit points, don't have to worry so much about the defences, and try and maybe put a Rocky Helmet on it, give it Soak, give it Toxic, and give it a recovery move. I mean, it will probably be prone to being toxic and worn down itself, but you can have a lot of things there, and Protect if you want to wind people up, but you can maybe even substitute.
Well, just when you were talking about protecting things getting poisoned and whatnot, that Comfey, the new fairy type that does all the healing stuff, that is like a lifesaver. Like it really can be. Getting +3 on all of your recovery moves is broken because it means she'll always heal first on herself.
Heal Pulse?
No, it's Fairy. So in fact, I'll show you the now because I've fired up Showdown, so I can actually remember everything I've been running. So I'm showing the guys my team. So
Taco Bulu.
try not to remember all the details here, lads, because this is what I'll be smashing you with on the next November Rain Shadow Crush tournament.
November Rain.
Aye, we had that already. So Floral Healing.
Nothing lasts forever.
Is its fairy healing one? It's just 50% standard,
Yeah.
50% healing. But when you've got that on +3, you know that's always going to come out first. Nothing's going to be that.
Is aromatherapy? That's not a healing move, but it's
No,
kind
but
of. Is that got priority?
Removes everyone's
Sweet.
It's a healing move, so it gets priority. That's what I'm saying. Like aromatherapy, even with I've just went with HP and speed, like fast bulky to give it cover. It'll tank a couple of hits, like no problem. And then you can just synthesis it back. I've got Dazzling Gleam in case I get taunted.
Sorry, what does Floral Healing do again?
Floral Healing is just heal pulse, but for this guy, it's just.
Oh right, okay.
It's basically heals your target by 50% of its max
So,
HP.
so he.
it's double to
so,
two, yeah.
so the so Comfy can heal itself, or it can choose to heal.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So as I say, synthesis for Comfy to heal itself, Floral Healing to heal a teammate.
Or either itself or a teammate.
Someone has knocked the plug.
Whoa! I think that was you.
Fill in.
Right, there we go.
Oh, there we are. That's
Aye.
good. It was very nearly your death.
So right, I left the plug under everybody's feet. Aye, so Comfy has got like a lot of. I mean, I put it on a citrus berry again just to keep it alive longer. But if you
Wow.
play it right, you can really support your team, and because
That
it's so
must be
fast with the
irritating.
priority, it can be. It is
What's the
kind of
speed
frail.
start like?
It is 100. So that's like that's a decent speed
That
tier,
is a good
particularly for
speed.
this meta, where everything's kind of 90 or below.
It does have a low hit point, but that defense and that you don't need to really look at that
You're like
special
90 and
defense.
110 in those. It'll tank a few
you
hits.
can invest as you if you've done it in hit point. That's a brilliant build. I think.
Just for people that can't see it, what I've got is I've just got a Comfy running aromatherapy, synthesis, dazzling gleam, and floral healing with its ability triage, and that will give it, as I was saying, +3 to all of its healing moves. And dazzling gleam doesn't hit hard. I mean, it's coming off on a barely invested 82 special attack,
Yeah.
but
It
with
still
a
gives
tip-
you coverage
Yeah.
on the field. For
Well,
doubles.
dazzling gleam hits too, and fairy's still strong anyway. So defensively, it's got like a 90 and 110 respectively. You chuck in I've just 252s in HP, 252 in speed. It's not the tankiest thing in the world, but being able to recover yourself
Yeah.
and your teammates, and crucially aromatherapy, because there's still a lot of burns and paralyzes, a lot of contact things. Like there's a lot of Pokemon that will do something to you on contact now.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of physical hitters on my team. So this was kind of a nice replacement to kind of keep everybody alive a little longer.
Yeah,
Because if
that's
someone,
really good.
if you get stuck in a toxic battle between two things, and you can Comfy and get rid of that, they've got, you've got an advantage over
That's
them.
really good. And also, if Comfy fails in its duties, it's shaped in a way where you could just frisbee it right over the horizon. Go away, you little flowery bastard.
It might come back though. Like just catch a
Oh.
breeze because it is also a flower.
Yeah, it'll be like.
There's that flying steel type Ultra Beast.
Yeah, it's Celesteela.
I'm seeing that all
so
over the
much.
place.
It's because it's ridiculous. Like, get away! Look at my fucking. I've got custom IVs, man. Piss off! Right. Anyway, right.
But yeah, I see it does have. I didn't need to look at it there. I already knew of its stats.
Yeah.
And it's probably. It's got the same typing as Skarmory. It's got great physical resistances.
Special resistance a lot higher.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
probably going to have a place on a lot of teams.
It does already.
I mean, I'm not surprised that it does. It's got the best, not the best typing, but it has the best stats for the typing it's got, and
It's probably the most balanced of all the Ultra Beasts. Everything
Yeah.
else is kind of some kind of extreme. But that one is like, no, I'll just take 100 nod and everything apart from speed and be happy.
it
But
does
even
look
then,
like a Doctor Who
even,
monster from the 70s, but
yeah,
that's fine.
its speed is still like 61, which puts it solid in the middle, like a lot of things just now. Right, okay, so good talk, everything. So guys, I'm going to go through the feedback and questions that I got
Sure.
from the annoyingly two Facebook groups that I'm in, but I really should find a way to like low-key merge them together one day and just
Yeah.
like take over them both. It'd save me
Yeah,
hassle.
like Otto Bismarck,
Aye.
the unification of Germany.
There you go, history lesson for everybody. So the first comment I got was from Stu Johnson asking us to talk about sets for the starter.
Sex.
Sets.
Oh,
Sets.
You'll learn about that when
As
you're
in
older,
builds.
Stu.
Yeah,
Alright.
well, we didn't get any starters, but we kind of have begun set stuff, and we'll probably do
Yeah.
more sets as we kind of play more in the competitive scene and get
Well,
things
I've
up.
got,
But if
like-
there's anything particular you want us to talk about, if there's a Pokemon you really want to use,
Like starters.
like not
Right,
starters,
right,
no, like a
ask-
specific Pokemon. I'm not going to
starters.
give you 3
You
fucking
specifically
words.
asked for starters.
I
That's
think
3 different Pokemon.
Robert,
DJ.
I
Robert.
have a huge cast of Pokemon.
Robert, I've
3
got one.
in the viable meta.
So
What?
well, Incineral's more like just a bulky. You go like max HP, I would say.
Yeah, aye. Like
Attack.
everything, you just got to put
Just,
HP on it because
And
it's
I would
all
say,
slow and
yeah,
bulky.
and just like stick maybe a band on it, and you
and
got
I
coverage.
think
That's literally.
Primarina should have Scald, Toxic, a recovery move, or Aqua Ring or Rest.
That's
and
literally
just
it,
run,
aye. Like,
just run the
Decid-
same.
Decidueye, just didn't run it. Just didn't run it.
I found out
It's just not got anything useful in this kind
It
of
does get Brave Bird. I mean,
If you get the hidden ability that's not available,
wait, what?
Well, this
but even then,
How are we
it's
gonna-
too slow. It's
will
not
get- it'll
bulky
be
enough for
released
the
at some
speed that it's
point,
at. So you can, and it's got terrible typing in a meta where fire is required because of all the fairy. You're
Yeah.
running a grass type that doesn't resist fire in any way, and then it's a ghost type, so it gets fucked by all the dark and other ghosts that are hanging about.
I noticed it does get Brave Bird for some odd.
Yeah,
well,
it does.
I mean,
Like
not
Brave
an odd
Bird,
reason,
but it loses its flying
No,
type when it
I
evolves.
wasn't-
It
Was
lives.
it a bird?
Yeah, it was a bird. Now
I
it's just a
think
fucking.
Ghost, a
Grass
floating
Flying
ghost.
is actually a good type. Some people say, oh,
Grass
quad,
Flying is
quad
really good.
weakness to ice, but then I remember playing on the rated battle spot in 6th gen with a Tropius that was just a dick.
Tropius was actually a hero for me in 6th gen.
Tropius, like you would use Leech Seed and then Protect,
Yeah.
and then use Roost when they went to hit you, and then just use Air Slash to flinch things, and it would be frequently the last thing on the field, and it would just drain things to death. And it's like, here it is, a flying dinosaur with a banana beard, can do nothing to it.
That's just how you roll, though. So the next up, hey, shut up. Is your feedback next?
Tropius confirmed.
Craig, with
Can you
next
spell
feedback
competitively,
or
Craig?
question says we could talk about what we're going to use competitively. That's
Well,
right.
what
we
we're
have
gonna
to.
use-
You've said almost nothing.
Right, I was gonna.
I was-
right.
Reese Donaldson told us to just talk about the games.
'Cause
I
they
think
might
we
not make
failed
it.
that because we were
Yeah.
talking about 21 pilots and the
Yeah.
use. So I'm really sorry there. Andrew Syme wanted a list of do's and don'ts for playing in VGC rules. Jack McGregor has just Facebook messaged me with a question. What's your favourite new poke? I believe that means Pokemon and not a kind of weird sex act. But I'll check with Mitchell later because Mitchell knows all about fingering and sex.
Yeah, and Mitchell looks really
Fingering and sex.
All the fingering and sexing. But
I
Jack,
thought it was a fighting game question.
what's your favourite new poke?
Maybe it's by medium kick, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it
Everybody
could
knows
be.
it's fucking Ryu standing medium punch. And you do like pokes, like poking for anti-air, and Maximilian told me that that's the worst thing about Street Fighter 5.
Is it?
Is light jabs
Is it?
to stop
You know the
anti-airs.
worst thing about Street Fighter 5 is?
What?
Listening to Maximilian.
Anyway, back to Pokemon. See,
Right.
we've done it again, Reese. I'm sorry, we can't just stay on topic. Right. So Andrew says do's and don'ts when playing in within the VGC rules. Do play Pokemon.
Yeah.
Don't run Smogon builds in VGC. Right?
Never do that. Also, I do for the meta game for VGC is look at what's being used prior to everything if you can. If you've any way of looking what other people are doing. Now, it's not so that you can copy their ideas. You can if you want, but it helps you understand what can counter some things. So if you're going to do that in the VGC, it's better to go in there with a team that you know you can trust, even if you lose. Some people say, oh, you'll lose and lose a lot. You won't, not if you're good at the game. But what you will learn is what people are running, what they're relying on, so you can counter it. And I think that's the worst thing. If things are hinted at, like the terrains and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If people are going to start using terrains, try and counter it. Try and think
Yeah.
of something that you can put on the field that's going to
And
survive.
take advantage of to stop it.
Take advantage of
Yeah.
it. So that's a good thing. And I
See,
think
Go-Go maybe working with the grassy terrain
Yeah.
as well.
Well, yeah, once it becomes available.
another
it's not as
another
bad
don't.
as it?
Legend 6.
I think another don't is don't try and make your strategies work if it's taking a lot to set up or you're really struggling.
The VGC moves so fast that you don't want a lot of setup. That's what, like, don't. I was going to say is don't like feel you need to stick with one team.
Yeah.
Just fucking like build what you want, and if it's not working, don't be afraid to drop it and find something else. I mean,
There's another
I know
thing.
there's a big push to like play with your favourites and things,
the
but
Oh,
no,
Yeah.
don't stay the course. The thing is, the VGC meta changes, and it changes quickly sometimes. So particularly the higher up I know that eventually what you'll find is by the end of the year there'll be like 4 sets that work
Yeah.
on everything.
And-
but until that point, it's free reign. Go crazy with weird stuff and see what you can get away
Here's
with.
another do is don't just limit yourself to 6. I know you have
That's a
to.
do, and then you said don't.
Oh well, no, but
Here's another do. Don't do this.
oh yeah, no.
Here's another don't. do
It's something
this.
you should do. Sorry, I know I just kind of contradicted myself.
What was
Something
that?
you should do is have a team that isn't just 6. I know you can only use 6, But realise that you
keep-
can actually
have a few,
train
build
like
more than just 6.
train 12 or
swap in and
14 or
out.
however how many, and have substitutes, because sometimes you'll find that one thing that you were running that was really strong a couple of months ago is getting countered a lot. Switch that out. Don't change the entire team, but find something that works alongside them. Because I did that in VGC, where I had to get rid of Mega Glalie after a while because Mega Mewtwo was just a better option. But Mega Glalie was really, really good. And the other thing that was really, really good was Cacturn for a while. And then I had to take Cacturn out because too many people were trying to focus down all the attacks on it, because Cacturn was a bit weak defensively but powerful offensively, and when it got set up, few things were able to stop it, because there were Kyogres there and they were just healing it, and it was able to just sucker punch everything and hide behind Protect. So exactly, just like that, CJ. So I took Cacturn out, but Cacturn's still very good, so it could have come back. But my team for VGC, there was about 8 or 9 of them that just kept swapping in and out. There were constant members of the team because they all worked together, but other things could come in and play a role, and that worked. So don't be scared to build a team that's almost like a football team.
Sorry, I just eyebrow flipping with Xander over there because he's drinking bar cola and he knows how to get me off.
Oh, what a guy! So yeah.
So also,
yes.
we noticed that we only have 3 pranksters available. We got Whimsicott, which is yay.
The disgust on his face there.
Aye,
We got Klefki.
Klefki's a good shout for defending
actually-
yourself, and it's Klefki and
Wait until
Sableye.
yeah.
Could say.
Well, Makiring, and T-Wave, and
Was it-
Foul Playing,
aye.
and
Don't care, it's a
Smagra.
big fuck off spider metal thing.
What's it gonna do,
Are
Craig?
you shitting on Metagross right now?
Yeah,
I'm
he's getting
shitting on
gay
his
for
gear.
Metagross.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Josh is bent for Landorus.
Klefki is going. I can see Klefki being useful because you can dual screen, turn away, and knock off.
yes.
Well, it doesn't get knockoff.
Fuck off. Steve. Aye, it's a
You can do
DX.
trick.
I can do this.
It can trick,
It's
I
got a
guess.
lot of useful things for fucking with people, particularly in this
T-Wave.
meta. But then you've got Sableye, and Sableye used to be terrifying. Now he's slightly less so because of fairies.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can still just come in, fucking taunt
Sit
and
with
burn everybody,
Craig,
increase
Metagross.
yourself
Yeah.
and leave.
You can like sit with a Metagross there.
I'm probably
sort
gonna
of
have
put
to
it in
go
a
back to
Sableye.
Sableye again.
Yeah.
Like from a team.
Yeah, that was how you started the
I'll
6th
sit
gen.
with
Yeah.
Right.
Connor, wait, no. Connor has a question first. Connor Gillies in the Pokemon, the 5 Pokemon League, not to be confused with the Olympia League. He says, if in the real world you could, would you be a Pokemon trainer, breeder, or coordinator in brackets enter contests? So, what kind of Pokemon role would you be if Pokemon were real or we were in a Pokemon world?
Well, interestingly enough, I used to be the gym leader to Kikardi's Pokemon gym, which was just round by Aldi.
That was just you said that though. You just were like, I'm the gym leader.
Well, that's because no one else was there, and I was always the beginner, the first gym leader when people started their journey for Dyser, and I only had a Mawile and a Skarmory, so usually people would win. And then I changed my ways when I was walking past the gym, and the Deerling ran out in front of me, and I thought, I should trust more in the natural world. I'm closing my gym, and I must catch that Serene
And you
Grace
became
Deerling.
and you became a Pokemon yourself, and now
That Deerling ran away to Unova, and I caught it there.
So the real question is, what would we all do if we were in Ewan's world that he currently inhabits?
Well, I made my own evil team, so I would be it would be Team Death, and we'd all go around with death masks on.
Just Yan masks everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much, and it would be Team
Yan
Death.
masks for us lasses
What was it?
on Earth.
Yeah, I have it on my Facebook. It's like daring espionage and tactical heroics.
Fucking hell.
Team Death.
Right, Josh,
That would be the
what
one.
would you be? A trainer or a breeder? You're definitely going to be a breeder.
No, I
trainer,
don't
I
think
guess.
so.
I'll just be
You're going to be the same as everyone else.
or
Pokemon
like
trainer
well, I mean,
Josh.
I mean, I get my money
That's
taken off me every
actually
time I
one
lose.
youngster, Josh.
So like,
We'd
And your
always-
clothes.
Why your clothes?
yeah, why your
Just-
clothes?
just
No,
clothes.
this is
you
you
know
in
what it'd be?
Pokemon world. That
You
you
know what it'd
lose.
be? I'd be one of those people that work in a shop and they just sell clothes, get money. It's like, here's some clothes, here's the fedora.
They'll run out, there'll be no left because we'll all be wearing them out to catch Pokemon. I'd probably be a breeder because that's pretty much what I do
Yeah,
anyway.
that is what you do.
Okay.
So
money.
I'd just be that guy that's like fucking chasing an Ekans trying to make it sleep with something. Fucking Ekans, just bone the bastard!
Or I would be the guy that just says, your egg's ready.
Josh, you can work on my farm and you can just be that guy that stands out saying, oh, your egg's done, mate! Your egg's done! just shouting at passersby, "Did you leave an egg here?" No, mate, no, never.
There's no egg,
It's like,
no,
I've seen
but
you go
stand
past
at the
here.
gate.
I've seen you go past here for about 20 minutes on your bike. The eggs ready.
There was a great webcomic I saw for Gen 6 where it's like a guy on a bike and he's like, "Is my egg there yet?" And the guy said, "No, fuck off!" Just raining at him.
Like, wait till I
Just
turn
moving
round.
forward.
I'm watching them hump in the back here, and then
You
turn
can
round.
in the Gen 7 when you breed in, the woman
Yeah.
changes in real time now. You don't have to leave the screen to get
Oh,
them to
right.
change animation. She just suddenly goes, "I'm sick of watching you run in that circle." Which is another thing we'll cover later when we get into like breeding and things.
I think Craig would be someone that's in a house and just lets you walk in and take your
Yeah.
stuff.
And he gets
Oh,
away
I'm a
with-
TM! Just a draw through
This is
TM.
a
That was
TM
so
stealth
good.
drop.
for us. Stealth.
It's how
Yeah.
the giant
Stealth
stealth
rock.
rock.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not stealth rock.
No, I'd be on the streets chucking stealth rock.
Yeah, but even
Just
that,
hope
would
we try
just
to go
be,
past.
he'll be the
The
stealth
power of
rock
stealth
shooter,
rock
and
and
at the end of it, he'll go, "Remember."
I hate to be the old man who has to wait outside the hiss just for you to arrive to tell you, like, "Hey, by the way, your pet Pokemon laid an egg."
Ah, yes. Josh already grabbed that
Yeah.
job. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
I
We
think that
can
would be-
take turns because Josh will need to sleep. Breeders never sleep. But that's the one thing. If you choose to be an NPC in the Pokemon world, you never sleep again.
I know.
You have to be awake just in case someone needs a
Unless
TM
you're going
in
in
the morning.
Lacanosa Town in
What if
Fifth
everyone
Gen.
has like a twin in Pokemon and like
Everyone
one
has,
of them
what
sleep
a plus in a
in.
minute. There's a
One
minute
of them
version
at
of me
night.
running about.
Like, it's like living they could have like sleep in a sort of like hidden room somewhere, so they can
Yeah.
switch shifts.
So
That could
our
happen.
next question.
We'll
it's
never
not even a
ask
question.
CJ.
CJ.
Oh yeah, sorry CJ.
No, I just don't.
CJ.
I don't exist in the Pokemon world.
CJ,
that way.
CJ
No, you
would
too busy
be
playing
Wolfric
Hearthstone,
stunt
you
double.
Aye.
I'd be
What was it?
Professor.
Oh,
Aye, I could see you being a professor.
Professor Redwood.
Hey, you try to use your bike indoors.
Don't use your fishing rod. You can't use your fishing rod.
You know what? You can't even like fish anywhere in this game now. You only have to
Really?
fish
Wait.
at certain spots.
Yeah.
You can't just
What?
get. You can't just
fish,
get your rod.
I can't fish at Lance's statue.
No, you can't fish at Lance's statue.
But no, you can't fish in that vending machine. I am watching you. Don't you dare try and cycle in that shop. You little bastard.
I want to be an omnipotent voice telling people not to do things. Anyway,
There's a time and a place for
Dean
everything.
Lamar has this fantastic piece of as a statement because it's not a question because there's no question mark in it. Fucking grammar twat. He says, "How do magnets work? How do magnets work?"
Magnets in general, a magnet in the game, it boosts
No,
electric type moves.
He just said
in
magnets. Well, we'll assume it's a Pokemon question. So yeah,
So
boost
the ma-
electric type
general. In the
moves.
game, the magnet boosts electric type moves. Magnet pull, the ability to keep steel types from
That's
switching. And that's about it.
Yeah, aye. Lauren Veach says in team building, is Piyukumu purely for support? She loves her wee jelly bean, but she can't see it getting any use in her playthrough. Which, to be fair, I can understand. It's one of those ones where it's just, unless you're building some kind of
it's
stall
like
team.
Shuckle of Gen.
Yeah,
7.
it's just it looks cute, but you want to put it in the 6th slot and hope nothing else KOs. And
I think if you have it, you can probably scroll it in if it's a difficult gym battle and something physically hitting a gym battle, but you know what I mean.
It'll give you the time to heal your actual good Pokemon
Yeah,
back.
if you switch it in, Rocky Helmet, let it take a couple of hits and then switch it back out.
Our next question now, have you found a good egg hatching spot? And I have. I just hatched the eggs in front of that little space where you get the eggs in the first place. In Gen 7, where the places to breed, there's a little like open circle, and you just hop on your Taurus and do the charge and run in a circle.
Oh,
and
it's
you get your
Taurus
eggs.
now, isn't it? Yeah,
Aye.
yeah. No
But
bikes.
then you can
Do you
just
have
do
a
that to
bike?
hatch your egg
I
as
don't
well.
think so.
No, you run on a Taurus, or you can get a Stoutland, and you can just
sweet.
sniff things.
Or you can be cradled in the arms of
Yes,
a
as
Machamp.
soon as I got that, I thought Siege is going to love it. A Machamp carries you in 2 arms, and it's got 2 more arms for moving big blocks.
Yeah, it's like
That's
strength.
incredible.
But when you hold B to like run, it just opens its palms and like it's shouting at things. I was chasing NPCs for 10 minutes, like ah!
That's brilliant. In my mind, I've got
It does. He just
the
fucking
idea
scary
that
Russians everybody.
there's a Machamp walking around there with his backpack, there's a big golden throne, and it turns around and I'm on the back of it.
Well, when you're on a Lapras, because you can't surf from. When you're on a Lapras, it's like you're on a big boat and you've got like a big seat and everything. You
Yeah.
fish from it. You can't surf from a Sharpedo because you ride it like a jet ski. So you're too busy trying not to fall off because as soon as you start, you're like, oh, fuck me. But anyway, so
Well, that sucked. If you fall off and then it turns around and eats you.
yeah, if you go, there's a big long road just to the right of the breeding place, like where you hatch your eggs. You can just cycle up and down there if you want, or you can just go in that circle, which
Yeah.
I did. And to be fair, if you've got like a flame body Pokemon like Fletchinder, which you can catch on Route 8 to
Yeah.
everybody, you could just run around the circle and you're hatching eggs in a couple of minutes. It's actually faster. than I expect it to be. So you can definitely do it
Are we
that
going
way.
to answer the favourite
And
new
what's
Pokemon
Lon
question?
saying? This is the first gen in a long time that I'm having trouble with deciding on a team. I've wanted to use nearly everything I catch, and I feel guilty not using my Snorlax since I've never used one before. Do you feel the same?
No, she's got a good point. My biggest struggle with the first time in a new game is trying to settle on what my team's going to be.
Yeah.
So I will rotate them. I've got my starter, and I will just go through. I'll level up everything as I'm going to try and give me a better idea of what they are. Some things, like if I've got like 2 rock Pokemon or something, you know what I mean? I'll go whatever one I think looks better. Like it's all about like aesthetics and stuff. The first time I play through, I'm sure like if I pick myself up a copy of Moon to go through again, I'll do a more focused, like, you know, competitively type built one.
Yeah.
But, I mean, my team for a long time was like Decidueye and the Giacomo that I got in Wonder Trade at level 1 on the first island. So yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Wonder Trade all the fucking time. Because you'll get like 100 fucking Caterpies and shit like that, and then eventually you get something really good. Like fucking Andrew got a bunch of Ultra Beasts.
Yeah.
I've had like I got a 5 IV hidden ability timid nature Vulpix.
Yeah.
So I got that. I was like, yeah, there we go. So
I
like
got Crap Roller.
yeah, you go. You do get good stuff on Wonder Trade, and it's kind of like for.
I'm pretty sure on like I don't know ages. I think it was X and Y days. People on Wednesdays would want to trade like good shit. Like
Are they still
Yeah,
doing that?
well,
I don't know, 'cause it's a new
I've got like for my playthroughs, I always just kind of make sure that I don't catch a full 6 when I start. I'll catch maybe 1, 2, or 3 to take through most of the game, and then as time goes by, anything that I haven't seen or anything that looks like it could be quite a good addition, I'll add it to the team. But I normally try and play it not at a disadvantage for myself, but I don't want to just have a full team of 6 and then have things I'm not going to use. I'll catch 1 or 2 things and think, right, seen this thing a lot, whatever it is. I remember that, like, I got the Tyrantrum in Y, and I thought, right, that can be a member of the team.
Yeah.
Whereas I had a Simisear for absolute ages, and I just rotated the team until Bank came in, and I brought some old things over and made my final team out of that.
That's kind of how it goes. You just kind of flit your way around stuff, and eventually you'll settle on what you want.
Miles saying, we've still not answered Jack's question, but we can do that.
No, Jackie was asking me what my favourite Pokemon was. He didn't care about you guys.
Oh, that's fine.
Just
then.
me.
Did you tell him what was your favourite one? Oh, you still haven't told him.
Because I don't know yet.
Oh, you
There's
don't
a few
know.
of them. Like maybe Vicavolt, maybe Decidueye, you know, maybe
I'm gonna
everything's
go for
maybe.
Bruxish.
Toucanon's also fucking boss.
Bruxish, I think, is mine.
Miles, basically Miles' biggest gripe is that
Miles with a gripe.
Yeah, it's such an unusual thing, but the lack of super training, he's wondering how that's affected him. Now, I'll be honest, I've not really got into EV training or anything just yet, but I dropped super training like the first time I actually did it.
Yeah.
Like super training for me was the way I got Dusk or like Dusk Stones and things.
Yeah.
Because it's really, really slow to super train one Pokemon.
Yeah.
Not when as soon as I discovered Hordes, much quicker. I can do multiple Pokemon. I can do a stat in like 3 Hordes. Now it's all about the SOS battles and. SOS battling with a Pokevirus and a power item, like, you know, like a power band or something like that.
It now gives you a lot more
and then
EVs.
as you knock them out, you get more EVs as well.
Yeah.
So if you have got Pokevirus and a power item, you only need to do a minimum of 4 to a maximum of 7 to max out a stat.
Wow.
And 7 people in a chain, that's maybe 10-15 minutes at the most. So time wise it works out at roughly the same. The only downside is I haven't got a comprehensive list of where to get the best IVs. I'm going to hit up Nuggerbridge and stuff later and check that, because that'll be something that we'll cover soon. But yeah, like I personally don't see the lack of super training as a bad thing because I never used it. But if you did use
super
it,
training was a bit fun.
Used it.
It was fun.
I used it until I
like the
realised
music.
this is before like I found out Hordes everything, so I was like,
It's good if you've got like one Pokemon and you're not in any rush. But I churn out hundreds of Pokemon. Like, you know what I'm like? I was breeding and training stuff pretty like constantly in the last gen, and it'll be the same in this once I finish getting everything sorted.
It was really handy to see where your IVs had gone. I mean, I know you can get the reset bags. That was a thing. Reset bags were really, really handy last gen. For anything that you'd maybe accidentally given points into a stat you weren't going to use, you could reset everything and then properly focus on it, which meant you didn't have to stop what you were doing, especially if you hadn't fully trained anything. You could go back and think, right, we're laughing at something, I don't know what it is.
Craig's discussing himself. They're probably sending each other fucking
I thought it was both
We Are Number One memes. It fucking is. What is that? We Are Number One, but everyone is replaced by one of my favourite anime openings. This is 30 minutes long. Oh, okay, we're watching that afterwards. Right. Okay, guys. On that note, we better wrap up because other
before we go, before we go, here's a little lesson in trickery.
Fuck up! There's a little lesson down in
Jack said something.
Jack said, "Oh, shit, fucker, guest appearance from the Jackatron."
Oh, that's
I'm
very true.
right now, Jack. I'm reading the Facebook conversation
is
we had.
Jack gonna come back? That's.
Are you gonna come back,
on
Jack?
a Tuesday?
Do you want me to ask him this now?
Yes, ask him now because I remember he was here for Turbo Tuesday and kept playing that chap with the guns from Mortal Kombat, and everyone was like, "Well, what was his name? The cowboy guy."
Aaron Black guy. Walk back and shoot,
that was
man.
his name.
Walk backwards and shoot, man.
Walk backwards and shoot, man. And then Jack will appear with a new favourite thing that won't be a holucha. It probably is still a holucha, but he'll have something new this gen.
Aye.
And he'll
I
come and
remember
he'll play
what
for.
it was Stolly and a halucha.
It was still
He'll play for weeks.
It's because he was
and weeks and
listening to him more than me. Anyway, right, we need to wrap this up because I really want to go play Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, I need to
3.
go for a slash.
I like he said my feedback was the best when you haven't touched on that at all.
It's because the whole fucking first part of it was yours. Oh, we should talk about competitive Pokemon.
And
What
we
did we
did.
do for the first 20 minutes, Craig?
I
We
just
talked about it.
If this continues, Craig's going to not be at
We're
next
number
week's
one, but every
podcast.
time Craig mentions we didn't
Because
cover his
he'll be
feedback,
dead.
we were doing an entire podcast on it. Right. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap up this meme-infested torment
Oh
shit
no!
and say goodbye, everybody.
Layers, everyone. I'm going for a pee.
I'm back. I'm going with my aeroplanes.
Aeroplanes. That's it.